Hey everybody, wanted to run through my Leatherman collection today. Got an assortment and one kind of an oddball. They all serve different purposes. They're all heavy duty built and they all have the 25-year warranty with them. Leatherman does a great job on their warranty. I've actually used their warranty on the Wave and the Super Tool 300. I had the original Wave. Actually broke it cutting some 12 gauge wire, and they upgraded me to the Wave Plus because that was the new model. I had the original Super Tool, broke it, the back locks broke, and they actually upgraded me to the Super Tool 300. So just go ahead and sit these out of the way. We'll go ahead and run through from the lightest all the way up to the heaviest that I own. Can I talk about each purpose? So this Micra, the original Micra, I say original, the tweezers protruded from the handle where now they're built in. See, this one's also been used. I've hiked and put it on my keychain. Let's go ahead and run through all of its tools here. All right. We've got tweezers, small flathead Phillips flathead bottle opener, a larger flathead, a nail file, and a nail pick, and a small chisel ground drop point blade. Then of course we have the scissors. And this is a great little tool. I'll go ahead and show you how long it is whenever it's closed up. Get this ruler out. We are sitting right at, not including the lanyard hole, 2.5 inches. Right at 2.5. So it's a very small tool. Let's see what it weighs. I believe it's sub 2 ounces. 1.9 ounces. Perfect for a keychain. Perfect if you work in an office. It's got a little bit of everything. Alright, and up from there we've got, now they no longer make this. And I'll show you why they don't make it anymore, but we'll go ahead and run through what we've got. Small set of pliers versus the Micra had scissors. Handy as can be. Not the strongest, very small. Just as handy as can be. And now these tools, they do open from the outside, whereas the Micra, they were all enclosed in the handle. Small flathead and bottle opener. We've got a small Phillips, could also be used as a small flathead. Now that's a 2D Phillips. We've got these scissors, and this right here is the reason that they're not made anymore. The spring on these scissors just kept breaking, and I want to say this was their most warranted tool, and I assume it just got too expensive to keep warranting them, and so they got rid of the model. We also have a larger file, and then now same as on the Micra, we've got a small drop point blade that is chisel ground. It's just ground on one side. This one here sitting right at 2 1/4, a little bit smaller than the Micra. We'll go ahead and weigh it here in freedom units, sitting at 2 ounces. So now what was that Micra? 1.9. Not a big difference there. It's just a little bit lighter, a little bit longer. From there we'll move to another tool that's no longer made, the Leatherman Juice. This is a Juice S2. And this was actually a gift from my father. He found it while he was four-wheeling a long time ago. Must have been 2004. See, the pliers on it are smaller too, and I'll go ahead and pull these out, leave these open here. And just kind of show you the size difference. See, the Micra has scissors. This one, the main tool is pliers. Now just look at the size difference in these two. A bit of a size difference there. Now this Juice S2 has multiple tools on the inside, flatheads. And that, it's an older tool. It's got all the flatheads right together. small, medium, and large flatheads, and that largest flathead is fairly thick. You can see that there. Almost use that as a small pry bar. And then we've got a Phillips over here. Now none of these tools lock, they're all a slip joint. I'm going to show you what I think is kind of cool about this. You've got your bottle opener and a can opener. And then now under that bottle opener, we've got a set of scissors. And these scissors here, they're about the same size, if not a little bit smaller than what's on the Micro. And they are spring loaded, and that spring is held up, where on that Squirt they did not. And I'll go ahead and show you the difference in size on that scissors on the Squirt. See, there's a big difference there. All right, go ahead and weigh this juice. See how long he is here. Sitting right at, was it about 3 1/4, about an inch longer than the Squirt. And he weighs, what, 4.4 ounces, 4.3, a little bit heavier too. Still on the smaller side when it comes to these multi-tools. From there, I've got the Oddity, the odd man out here. Now this, where these other multi-tools, their main function is pliers. That's the main tool. They're a plier-based multi-tool. This is a knife-based multi-tool. See, now it does lock. Now it's also, on every one of these, you have to forgive me, they're not clean. These get used and abused on the daily. So look at that tar on that one. I was cutting tar with it sometime or another. Now the blade does lock. And we've got a flathead, a small flathead, and a Phillips. Now that could be used as an awl. I guess that is more of an awl. And then a Phillips also has a bottle opener on it. All 3 of these tools lock. Go ahead and show you now. Most of the time you're just, say, pulling out a Phillips head, lock it. And from there, we can go their budget option, which is a sidekick, pliers. Now, it does have tools on the inside here. We've got a flathead and a Phillips. On this other side, we've got a can opener, bottle opener, a flathead file, and a small measuring tape, and a small serrated blade. And you wouldn't believe how handy that is. Now this one does have a pocket clip. And you can see it's got a lanyard hold there, and I've got that small lanyard on it. Go ahead and look at next in line, and I tell you what, there's about a story with each one of these. I didn't get into it on the rest of them, but found this one in the road. I was out working, and we parked at the house and looked out in the road, and it was laying there, and you can see it's been run over. It's a little bent in, but it still works. And I've carried it rock climbing and hiking and camping, and it's been a good knife to me. But see, it has a liner locking blade. It's half serrated. Leatherman Skeletal is what this is. And now they do make them with a 154 cm blade and a non-serrated blade, but go ahead and run through this. It does have the bits, which you'll also see on the Wave. They're not a typical 1/4 inch bit. They do lock. See, this is a P1 and a P2. And I'll show you later. They've got a bit kit that you can get for these. And then in the handle, you can store another bit. And that one's just I believe to be a 3/16 flathead and a 1/4 inch flathead. I'll put that back in there. Now that's all the tools you're getting on this one. Then you've got a set of pliers. And that's all you're getting with this tool. It's a skeletal. It's a skeletonized version of a multi-tool. I'm going to shut him up. Pocket clip, and then of course the lanyard. And they say you can use that as a bottle opener. I've not tried. But that lanyard is just as handy as can be. Say I was out rock climbing or hiking, I'd clip it on my backpack or on my harness. That's a cool tool. From there, we've got the Wave Plus. I got my original Wave back whenever they were just Waves and not Wave Pluses. Hold on, let's go ahead and weigh these two. Sitting at right under 4 inches on the side kick, 6.7 ounces. Looking at right over 4 inches on the skeletal, 5.1 ounces. And then this free K4, looking at 4.5 inches and 5.1 ounces. Right back to the Wave here. So Wave Plus. Now the difference between the Wave and the Wave Plus is these replaceable wire cutters. And those are handy. You go to cutting metal wire and stuff, you're forming concrete, and you can use these to twist and cut. Maybe they're made for copper, but you can use them for about anything. And we've got the pliers open here. We'll go ahead and start with tools on the inside. A small set of scissors. Show you there. Small set. Now these are, comparing back to the Micra, quite a bit smaller. They're a small set of scissors, and you kind of got to finagle a little bit just to get them out of there. From there, we've got a small replaceable Phillips and flathead, more for glasses or anything small, electronics maybe, and then a large flathead pry bar, and you can tell this one has been used. It's actually bent, and all these tools lock. Same back lock that's on the Super Tool. And here we've got can opener, bottle opener, and they say that's a wire stripper. It could be used for one. Go ahead and run you through these replaceable bits. Now they are called Leatherman exclusive, but this one here's the P2 and the flathead. Go ahead and show you the sheath that I carry this tool in, and it has got a bit kit. Now the kit you can buy, it comes with 2 or 4 or however many, but I have modified it down to the ones that I'll be using on the daily. And that's just handy. It's flat, you throw that in your pocket. This sheath actually has a spot for it. Slide them in there. As handy as can be. And I'll go ahead and show you the size. Let's see how long this is. About 4 inches. We're weighing 8.5 ounces. Go on up to the heaviest duty that I own. They've got the Super Tool, and some say it's more heavy duty, but now this tool is, I'm not going to say all the tools are on the inside, because you can use this as a ruler or a hammer. It works great as a hammer. It is just beefy. Go ahead and weigh it here. 10.1 ounces, and we're sitting right at 4.5 inches. Now that's a heavy tool, Super Tool 300. Just look at these pliers. They are extra beefy, and they've also got those replaceable wire cutters, removable by a Torx bit. Now these feel like an actual set of pliers. I got just an old set that I found of actual needle nose, and look at the size on the pliers. They are a lot beefier at the tip, even compared to this Wave here. Even the Wave has a smaller set than what's, say, standard. These are a lot more usable in a commercial setting. Anyway, let's go ahead and go through the tools here. I did not show you all the serrated blade on this. Let's go ahead and look at that. Serrated blade on this Wave Plus. Liner lock. We've got a saw, which cuts on the pull. We've got a straight edge blade, drop point, that locks with the liner lock. And then we've got a diamond file and just a regular old file. I didn't mean to show you all that just a second ago. Put that one away. Now this knife has got, and now all these lock with the back lock, a full serrated blade. So they all lock. You see they snap in. Nice. A saw. Got a can opener, a Phillips, and a small flathead on this side. Now it doesn't have the interchangeable bits, just has your standard Phillips there. It works just the same. See, on this side we've got a file, not a diamond file like the Wave has, just a standard file. A lanyard loop, an awl, a large flathead, and a smaller flathead. And then for our last tool here, we've got standard drop point that comes on most of these. See, now none of these are one-handed opening, they're all two-handed opening. I'll go ahead and show you. What I love about this is that is what I would call a full-size blade. It's sitting right at 3 inches of cutting length there. And even on this Wave here, it's a little bit smaller. It's about the same size. Right under 3, 2 3/4. Go ahead and run down from there. This knife here on the skeletal, sitting right at 2.5 inches. Just a smaller blade, but this knife here is just a lot beefier. A lot heavier too, over 10 ounces. And I've actually made what do you call it, a sheath, a pouch, a belt pouch for this Super Tool 300. And it's seen some abuse working construction. It's seen some abuse. Go ahead and throw it in here. I made it where those back locks would fit just perfect. And that is a toolkit there. Alrighty, well thank you all for looking through these with me. Y'all have a good night.